I've done over $180,000 in ad revenue from a single ghost page in the past 365 days and over $35,000 in sponsorship deals. Now, all this sponsorship money is obviously all profit, while all of the ad revenue is not profit, since I still do gotta pay all of my team members and all of that. And yeah, so I've seen all of these people online talk about making and running ghost pages on YouTube long forms, YouTube shorts, TikTok, Instagram, and just not knowing what they're like talking about, or even worse, it's just straight up capping about everything that they say. Nowadays, I put all of my focus on YouTube long form ghost pages, but in the past, I've also run ghost pages on TikTok, YouTube shorts, even Instagram. But I know there's people out there that claim to be making hundreds of thousands of dollars from their ghost pages on YouTube, while they're actually making most or majority of their money from selling courses. Like, I know people that are making 5K or maybe even 10K from their channel on YouTube, but then the majority of their money comes from selling courses, and they just leave everyone confused after selling them. So yeah, in this video, I want to go over some other misconceptions and share some of my actual valuable sauce on running ghost pages on YouTube. So I'll stop yapping. Let's just first set expectations. Okay, so running ghost pages, specifically long form ghost pages on YouTube, is not easy at all. It's not cheap. It's not a get rich quick scheme, just like any other online business out there. Running ghost pages is not a business model you should enter if you're dead broke, because you will need a lot of money, at least $100 to $200 to produce 8 to 10 minute videos. So yeah, if you're dead broke, I would not recommend going and running ghost pages, because you do need some startup capital. You'll also need a lot of time to dedicate to doing your own research. Running ghost pages is a long-term game. Hitting 10K per month consistently doesn't happen overnight, or even in the next 1 to 3 months if you start. You will have to grow a huge library of content and videos that will keep bringing in viewers every single month, or just grow a huge subscriber base that will watch all of your content and every single video. And there's so many skills you have to learn to get good at picking a good niche, choosing the best topics, hiring and managing the best team of people, and knowing what good editors are, good script writers, good voiceover artists, thumbnail designers. Like, you just got to learn all of those skills. And beyond that, you also got to learn the best titles to choose. There's just so many factors and skills that go into running ghost pages, and only the top 1% of the people that run these ghost pages will actually make the most amount of money. And the way to actually get into the top 1% is by mastering every set of these skills. And the number one main skills in running long form ghost pages on YouTube is honestly just choosing the best topics, choosing the best titles, and choosing the best thumbnails. Those three things all fall under one category of skill, which is called ideation. Once you build up your skill of ideation, then you're pretty much unstoppable in running ghost pages. Ideation is a skill that tops everything. Once you learn how to make really good topics, really good thumbnails, really good titles, it'll basically beat all your other skills that you learn while you're doing and running ghost pages. Like learning how to hire the best people, that's not as important as ideation, because even if you do learn how to hire the best people to write the best scripts, the best editors to make the best video for you, if you cannot choose the right topics, the right thumbnails, and the right titles, it's just going to be super hard to get views, and it's as simple as that. So you need to build up your skill of ideation, because that's the number one thing that'll make you 80% of the results that you see while running ghost pages on YouTube. So what a ton of these dumb and fake course guru sellers, whatever you want to call them, what they tell you is that, oh, mastering the art of getting the highest CTR, the highest AVD, click-through rate, and AVD are the most important things. But what I'm going to tell you right now is that mastering the skill of ideation and choosing the best topics, thumbnails, and titles is going to bring you the most results, and that's the number one skill that will make you the top 1% of the people that run ghost pages. And like I said, there is no shortcuts or anything like that. The only way to master the skill of ideation is just by putting in the reps and just by failing a ton of times and seeing which topics do best and which do bad. The more you search across YouTube, the more formats you can take inspiration from, the more remarkable your topics become, and the more videos you'll be able to produce and test. It's that simple. Keep in mind, before running long form ghost pages on YouTube, I actually ran a shorts channel right when YouTube Shorts just started in the summer of 2021. I had no mentors or guidance. I literally just did everything blindly, and I was actually literally doing the entire production myself, from the scripts, coming up with the topics, the voice voiceovers, the edits, and I was able to combine that skill with all the other ones and then get into long form content, which is when I started my current business that I'm in right now, which is running long form ghost pages on YouTube, which I started in February of 2023. And so from February 2023 to June 2023 is when I hit my first monetized month and made $3.8 thousand in ad revenue. Then in November of 2023, I started consistently making over $10,000 per month with ad revenue and then sponsors on top of that. Then more recently in May of 2024, I started making over $20,000 per month, and even more recently making an average of $30,000 per month, with my highest being the month in July, which was $37,000 including sponsorships. And during that entire timeline, I was literally grinding every single day and spending pretty much all of my free time just doing the stuff that I'm doing right now to get where I'm at right now, to the point where I could nearly break 500,000 views within 30 days of every single video I post. Of course, I still might hit a flop every now and then that gets like 100,000 views, but on average, I get over 500,000 views every single video within 30 days of posting it. And so the main skill you need to be focused on doing is just finding good topics. But yeah, I just wanted to start off the video by saying that, and running ghost pages is hard, and honestly, I recommend just starting YouTube Shorts for complete beginners. Then once you've built your skill on choosing topics on Shorts, then you can move over to long form, which is where the real money is at. So again, running ghost pages is not an easy business, neither is any other business online. It's not a get rich quick scheme. It takes actual skills, and a lot of those skills combined and put together to actually get and see results. But once you get the skills from running ghost pages down, you'll be able to get paid for the rest of your life, because you'll know how to create viral content, not just on YouTube, but also on any other platform as well. Like, because the fundamentals are pretty much the same with all the platforms. The same way I blew up my YouTube ghost page, because the fundamentals are the same. And even when you do master how to run ghost pages on YouTube, you can take over entire niches on YouTube and become the face of that niche and just basically crush all of your competitors. For example, you might know the channels like Chris Kazat, Sunny V2, or even Coco Melon. Like, they turned into fully built out businesses and became like billion-dollar brands because they were able to build off of these skills. And just a quick plug, if you do want to join my one-to-one mentorship, there is a link in the description. There is a waitlist though, so we're only accepting a few people that are super qualified for this journey. But yeah, there's a link in the description to the one-on-one mentorship with me. So yeah, we'll let you know when it reopens. So first off, let me talk about long form or short form. So doing long form or short form is probably the number one thing that I see so many beginners like tweak about for absolutely no reason. There's no reason you should be like spazzing out if you should be doing long forms or short forms. But what I would say is that if you are a complete beginner and you haven't started content before, I would recommend starting out with just shorts. There's a few reasons why I would start off with a shorts channel. Number one, shorts are obviously going to be much cheaper to make than long form videos, because sometimes even the cost to produce short form content is $0, because you can literally just do everything yourself. It's super quick to make a video. And so what this allows you to do is just spend more time on building your skill on choosing topics. Since shorts are just up to a minute long, like I said, this means that you can produce the videos entirely by yourself, so you can learn what makes good script writing, editing, and good voiceovers and good topics. You won't need to learn the complexity of thumbnails and titles yet. Third is that shorts still do pay you money, even though it is a tiny bit and it's like penny change. If you do get like billions or hundreds of millions of views, then you can get pretty good money out of it. And plus, it'll give you enough startup capital in the future to transition into making long form ghost pages. And that's exactly what I did when I started my ghost channels. I started producing shorts all by myself, and I managed to raise over $8,000 from that, then invested every single penny into long form ghost content. So one more thing that people always ask in the Discord is if they should create a shorts channel, blow that up, then delete all the shorts off that channel, and then start posting long form videos on that same channel. Now, I don't see a huge problem with that, as long as you're just transitioning from short form to long form but keeping the same niche. So let's just say you're posting shorts about cars and you want to transition into making long form ghost pages, then I would just transition into making more car videos but long form content instead of shorts. So yeah, I don't see a really big problem with that. Just expect that if you're gonna transition from shorts and you blew up your shorts channel and you want to transition into long forms, don't expect your long forms to go viral. But overall, I don't actually think it's a problem to do that. I think I've said somewhere that I thought it was a bad idea, but now I've changed my mind, because the YouTube algorithm is super smart, so they'll figure out if you're gonna transition from shorts to longs. So another thing that I see beginners crash out about is just picking a niche. Like, people in my Discord always ask, like, how do I find a good niche? Should I go for high RPM niches with low views or high views and low RPM niches? And these people will spend like weeks and even months just crashing about and like thinking about what niche to enter instead of actually just getting started and posting their first video. So for beginners, I would just like to go for niches that have higher views and then lower or cheaper editing styles. And naturally, you'll see that the lower RPM you get, the higher views you'll get in that niche. I don't think there's any niches, or it's probably super hard to find a niche where you can get ton of views and a huge RPM. From my experience, it looks like it's just one or the other. You get high RPM but low views, or you get high views and low RPM. So as some of you may know, I'm in the online drama documentary niche, and the cost for my videos are so high for most beginners that you would just drain almost all of your startup capital on just one video. All of the people in my niche like hire the top of the line script writers, editors, thumbnail designers. We do this as a barrier to competition. So if you find my exact niche, I highly recommend not entering, because you're competing with other people in the niche who have been doing this for a long time. Their creative skills and their skills in ideation is just way better than beginners, plus they have like thousands of dollars to spend per video. Okay, so another thing that I keep seeing beginners ask is, how do you set up your channel to get paid out by YouTube? What you can do is just ask someone like your older sibling or your parents to use their information to set up your YouTube channel. But that shouldn't even be a worry for you if you haven't even learned how to go viral and get views in the first place. So don't tweak about those useless ass details before actually learning how to go viral. So like I said in the beginning, the main thing you should be learning and focusing your attention on is learning how to create good topics, learning what makes a good thumbnail and what makes a good title. And if you are a complete broke beginner, I recommend just starting off with shorts. But if you do have decent startup capital, like $100 to $200 to spend per video, and that you are willing to play with and potentially lose, or if you're already an intermediate moving to long form ghost content from shorts content, then I honestly don't see a problem with getting into long form ghost content. And if you do want to learn directly from me, I'll be reopening new one-to-one mentorship spots in the near future, so sign up to get on the waitlist with the link in the description. I'll only be accepting the most qualified people on first come first serve basis.